what do you think about that 1,000 fan theory, man?
I think that's true. I think even if you had 1,000 followers, I gave you $1 a month.
It's $1,000.
That's $1,000 a month now.
Yeah.
My Patreon. You can pay $1 a month, and you get access to early shit. Blah blah blah. Or you could pay $5 a month. You know, and each tier has its own benefits.
But these are different. These are different business models that we learn from other.
That's just one thing of revenue.
Right.
That's not even in talking about Instagram or YouTube and Facebook and
merch.
TikTok and merch and and all this shit. I'm trying to work at all at the same time. I'm trying to figure out, but at the same time, I would like a bigger following before I made shirts. But I want to make shirts now. That's why I'm like,
I want your shirts.
I know I want a good shirt, man. I want a plushie. I want stickers. I want a bookmark, a doozy.
Koozies.
I want the doozy koozies.
Bro, but these are all things, man. Like, where I get frustrated is it's like,
they seem so out of reach, but it's not. It's just
it's definitely not.
You just know it's gonna take a lot.
And Rome wasn't built in a day. I have to remind myself that too sometimes. Like, you can't just up and launch this big idea just because you had it. Because I'm very impulsive like that, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Even putting my beats out, putting my podcast out, all of it was very much spur of the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But now look at you. You got it to where that last beat you posted just, a couple of days ago was made almost a month ago.
Right.
Now we're at a point where, like, I just made that Gut and Marvin issue 2, like, last week. And then I just made that doozy thing. Right. And now I'm about to upload something in an hour.
Bro, I've always kind of felt like you had that rhythm down, though. Like, I'm just kind of getting into the rhythm where I got shit in the stash and I'm creating.
It's frustrating when you're creating for, like, a week on something.
Oh, no just die.
Yeah. But when you're creating and, like, all, like, I'm eating, sleeping, just nothing but Gut and Marvin.
Right.
And then it's done. And now I'm just left there, like, all this drive still in me, all this motivation to draw still in me, but I have no source of what to draw, what to do. And I had all that shit for maybe a week or two. And now I'm like kind of that's why I remade the doozy thing. Because I didn't have a clear idea. So I was like, I just want to draw. And I was still in this rhythm of drawing. So that's what I did. I was like, I should just go back and redo that. Because I kind of half-assed it, honestly. That first issue. And then I seen what I can do with that last one with the colors and onomatopoeias and the shading and how much better it looks. I was like, dude, what if I did that? Right. And I'm so glad I did it. But now, as you see, I'm working on that new. Now I got another idea.
Dude, a huge thing I realized, bro, is a lot of it's hindsight. Like, a lot of things that I look back on and am proud of, I was insecure about in the moment. Yeah. You know what I mean? It kind of takes you putting it out there, letting it live for a little bit, coming back to it, and you re-idealize it for some reason. Why is that, you think? It's like, you come back and you got a fresh...
Oh, man, there's got to be a certain thing in your brain that's, like, blinding you,
Everything I create.
Is it fear?
Yeah, it's something.
And then, like, you look back at it and you're not afraid anymore?
Yeah, it's like you went through it, so what's there to be afraid of? I did it.
Yeah.
I get that. I can understand that. But at the same time, everything I create like that, for some reason, there's an insecurity attached to it. For some reason.
Yeah.
I'll come back to it, and then I can get a fresh, like, it falls away, the insecurity, but all the beats and everything I do is like, a podcast, half these episodes I put out without re-listening to them because it's like...
You don't want to...
I don't want to do it. I don't want to sit there and judge myself and, like, think, like, man, I shouldn't have said that.
It's not even that. You're judging yourself for an hour.
Yeah.
It doesn't go away. It just keeps going. It's like
torture, intentional torture, bro. Like, what do you want me to walk into the fire?
Yeah.
God damn.
I mean, a lot of movie stars, they don't watch that type of shit.
I definitely have heard that, bro. A lot of them.
Bruce
don't.
Willis has never seen Die Hard, you know?
See, that's crazy, bro, that we're talking about that, because that's the full circle perspective.
Mm-hmm.
People really can have a full enjoyment out of something that you
don't even enjoy.
You don't even enjoy it just because it's yours, though.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
There's this line, I don't know, I seen a TikTok, and it's a Bo Burnham. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Who is that?
Bo Burnham.
Baseball player or some shit?
No, he's
heard that name.
He's a comedian, but he also makes music. And it's almost at the same time. Like, his shows are comedy mixed with music.
Parody kind of music type? Or is it?
Sort of. Hard to explain.
Like Weird Al kind of thing? Or?
No. It's weird to explain.
It's cool. Because I guess Weird Al is a parody. It's not an original piece of music.
No, but his parodies would get bigger than the original.
Right.
Weird Al was very good at doing the parody shit.
He seemed like he was tapped into something, bro. Like,
he was the first one. And then I remember when YouTube first came along, like, there was nothing but parody songs.
That was a huge deal, bro.
But Bo Burnham said he has this song where first half of it he complains about his problem, and his problem's like trying to fit his hand into a Pringles can and how it doesn't fit right. And then the second problem is too much stuff into a burrito and shit's falling out. But the third problem is, he goes, I could act like my problems are Pringle cans or burritos, but my real problem's you. And he's looking at the audience and he goes, a part of me loves you, a part of me hates you, a part of me needs you, a part of me fears you. And he says, he's like, I want you to have the night of your life, what you deserve, but I also want to stay true to myself and not care about what you think.
It's very conflicting.
And he says, everybody laugh at the skinny kid as he gives you what he can't give himself. As he attempts to give you what he can't give himself. He's trying to, you're trying to give someone enjoyment when you can't give yourself that enjoyment.
For sure.
And that really stuck with me.
That's what's crazy, too.
Trying to make people happy, trying to make people, but it's harder for you to make yourself happy than it is to make other people happy. Yeah,
it is.
It's insane.
It is, bro. Well, that's what's crazy about perception. Like, you want to be dope. It's like you want to be dope. And then, like, in that same attempt of being dope, you got insecurities in there attached to it. So it's like, I can't objectively look at it.
Yeah.
Do you think about your art like that? Like, do you look back like, fuck, I should have did that and this and that?
Yeah. Yes. Every fucking thing.
See, that's crazy, bro.
Because it never ends. It could never be perfect. There's always something you could take away, add. It's
for sure.
And if it was, I don't think it'll ever be at a point. I can look at a page and be like, that's fucking dope. I'm glad. But then I start looking at it a little more. And a little more. There's a crack there. I could clean that up, change the color. And then I actually did that right before you came down here. Like, I looked at my whole comic book, and every page I was like, awesome. And there was one page I just caught my eye. I'm like, and I hurried up, clicked X. I was like, nope. I was like, you're not doing it. You already remade it. You can't remake a remake, bro. Right. Like,
well, it's like, I've heard a lot of music. There's like mistakes in certain songs that you love and you don't realize it.
Yeah.
And a lot of, like, I follow this guy named The Garage Band Guide. I'm subscribed to his YouTube. Mm-hmm. He was saying, like, let your musical misdemeanors, like, you don't have to be so, it's so weird, bro. Like, you could have such an insecurity or negative, like, that's not dope. But somebody could really find it dope. Like, that's so weird about perception.
Yeah.
And the way it works, man, is it's like somebody you could have, and it works with just personalities as well. Yeah. Like a chick, you meet a chick and you have all your insecurities attached to you, like, I'm not this and I'm not that. And the chick looks at you like,
You're everything.
Yeah, like you're and you just don't.
You don't see it.
You don't see it. There's just that constant battle of you trying to. It's like your all your insecurities and everything. They're like the black Spider-Man on you, and you're trying to fucking trick them off and be the regular Spider-Man. Like,
That's exactly what it is.
It's a fucking headache, bro.
I like that. It's a good analogy.
I just like this. I like us talking. I don't want to front. I don't want to move. Like, I just want to have a conversation, bro.
Yeah.
And I do think it's dope sitting up JD's just because.
A different environment.
That too.
Able to sit there and not be out in the garage.
And y'all ain't judgmental. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So I like that as well. Y'all are not judgmental. So we can just sit there and bullshit.
I think that's a big thing. Like, be careful who you share good news with. You know,
Definitely.
You're a good person to share good news with. She's a great person to share good news with. Like, and I kind of try to keep it like that. Like, I will not tell my mom something. I will not tell, because they just don't see the grand scheme of things. They're always just, they have questions. They're like, but what if that don't, but what, and I'm like, I'm not asking for advice.
Right.
I'm not asking your opinion.
Well,
I'm telling you what I'm doing.
Here's what's crazy about the podcast though, bro. It's like, it gets therapeutic like this, but people will listen to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you have to have the conversation because you said it. Yeah. So I try to have that in the back of my mind, like, if you're going to say it, just be willing to have the conversation. You don't have to be right all the time. Just be willing for somebody to come up to you and say, like, hey, this, and you're like, well, here's my perspective on it.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I wanted to come and make sure before I posted that episode, I had that conversation with you, because somebody comes up to you like, bro, what the fuck? You fucking talking shit or something. You gotta be willing to, nah, bro, that ain't even how it is. This is how it is.
Yeah. And that's why you try not to front. You want to be true to yourself.
Right. And you, like, bro, but like you was just saying about how you would tell me good news.
Yeah.
I have that option of being an asshole every time. I could be an asshole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also understand that we kind of help each other creatively.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I'm not doing nothing for you. You're not doing nothing for me.
But at the same time, you are.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, you provide.
Like, it's not like you're looking at my art going, "Oh, you should add that."
Right.
But you're telling me your experiences and, you're using Canva. Like, God, that changed my life.
Yeah.
I don't even know how big of a thing that is.
And sometimes all it takes is just for you to say it out loud.
Yeah, because you could have been thinking it.
Yeah.
For days, hanging out.
Chest.
And then just randomly say it, and that just lights a spark into somebody, man.
And it might even help you out. Like, if you say it out loud, you kind of realize how, like, you listen to it, you got to hear it as if almost someone else was saying it. You're, like, not as judgmental about it.
Yeah.
That's what blocks a lot of me, bro, is how self-judgmental I am, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That blocks so much of my potential, I feel like.
There was a time where I was very judgmental. But the more I self-judged, the less I judged everyone else. Like, I feel like people who judge everyone else, they don't judge themselves. Or they do, but just not as critical. Because the more I judge myself is the less I gave a fuck about everyone else.
Right.
It's almost selfish to judge yourself. To get that emotional, that mad, that worried, that, about you. It's all about you,
Right.
It's almost selfish, but it's kind of in a good way. You're not judging other people. You're putting yourself through torture. But it just seems like people who judge other people are very unaware of what really matters.
Yeah.
Like, you are what matters. Them is what matters. So, at the end of the day, you're dying to live.
Right.
Like,
right.
What affects you should not be what someone's wearing.
Right.
Or what someone's saying. Like, you have the ability to not listen. The ability to not look at them. The ability to worry about yourself.
Yeah.
It just strikes me it pisses me off how people let other people make them so mad.
I let other people determine a lot for me, just even in putting music out, bro. Like, I have this thing where I feel like everybody's worried about what I'm doing. Like, bro, nobody gives a shit.
No
like,
one
you
does.
put some shit out, it's just like people are gonna forget about it. So,
Yeah.
like,
They're all worried about themselves.
I have to remember that. Everybody else has their own life, man. Like, not everybody's worried about what the fuck they're doing. I have to remind myself that a lot. Because I do that, bro. I'm like... But at the end of the day, I just try to put that in my head. Just be willing to have the conversation, and it changes the way I speak.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I'm willing to have the conversation, I'm not going to say nothing intentionally to demean nobody. Like, I'm not intentionally trying to talk shit to anybody, but at the same time, it's easy to take it like that. You know what I realized too? A lot of us aren't used to being challenged, even me, our perspectives. Like, I sit alone so much, I'm not used to anyone coming up to me and saying like, well, hey, hold on, that might not be right. Because I'm my own validation as well, which can be a bad thing. It's like, you gotta put yourself out there, man, to get that challenge.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I try to take advice from people who seem to take advice too.
Right.
Like, if you're a person that doesn't take advice and just thinks that they know it all, think that their way's the right way, there's no other way.
Right.
Like, I'm immediately turned off.
Yeah.
Everything you say, I'm gonna do the opposite after that.
Right.
Like, now I know not what not to do.
But it's easy to take things like that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, if you're feeling insecure, if someone's trying to teach you something, it's very easy to feel like they're trying to sun you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that sometimes. Like, I don't need you to tell me nothing, bro. But at the end of the day, it's
I've made it this far without you. Like, I'm doing just fine.
But at the end of the day, you know things I don't know, and vice versa. Like,
Yeah.
that's just what it is. You've had your own experiences.
Is that, I mean, people, the way they word it is they're like, oh, if you started a tattoo shop, or if you drew this, or if you made that onto a shirt, if you did that, you'd be rich. You know,
Yeah.
that's what would make you money.
Yeah.
Then why aren't you doing it?
Right.
If you think that you have this grand scheme of plans, like, yeah, it's a good idea, but it ain't gonna get me rich.
You know, we're in this crazy era too of like repurposing. Like, I'll see a quote, and then I'll see someone else who just reposted the same quote, and their
Yeah.
version of it.
They got more, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but at the same time, what's more important, the views or the information being consumed on the grandest scale possible? And that's
Yeah.
the testament.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, that's when you decide, what am I really gonna let concern with me? Like, if you posted something dope, somebody, obviously, I don't think this is as good of an analogy, but if you posted something dope and somebody reposted it and didn't credit you
Yeah.
or something, it's like,
That's a little different.
with art, yeah, I guess it is kind of different.
Yeah, like if someone took your music.
Yeah, that's different.
At the end of the day, it's not just a quote.
It's not a quote.
Quotes are different.
Quotes are definitely different.
Quotes, you could change one word and now it's your quote. You
Yeah.
know, like, yeah, it's different. But I see what you're saying.
Good.
I mean, I'd be very, what's the word? Humbled, not like, I'd be grateful if someone were to repost my stuff. But if they got more attention than my original thing,
You be a little salty.
oh, I would use that just as a video. Look, this dude stole my shit.
right.
Now I get all this. I would love if someone did that.
I try to remind myself too, though, bro. Like,
I wish someone would talk shit about me, though, so I can make a video about it and act like I'm sad.
I just try to be like, man, we're all creating.
We are.
We're all being creative. So at the end of the day, it's like, you think you and somebody on the other side of the planet can't have the same idea, and that don't mean it's not original.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of yellow stories
Right.
out there.
But there's some piece of it that is just unique to you.
Oh.
That you might not even realize it because you've seen all the 10,000 hours leading up to that.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen all the mistakes, you've seen all the shit. So it's like you're still that person in your mind. But at the end of the day, perception is its own thing, man. Like I could present myself a certain way and somebody could completely see me a completely different way.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah. I want to make videos so bad.
About what?
And that's the thing. What do I know best? You know, what do I know about art that I can give value to? I don't want to talk out my ass or act like I know something that I don't.
Right.
But I think I got a very good grasp on how to create an original character.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out how I did it. You know, because it never really occurred. I never watched videos on how to learn how to draw. Never.
Right.
I always drew it, and if it didn't look good, I drew it again and again and again and again and again until it looked good. And I just got to figure out what I do.
This is very therapeutic for me, bro, sometimes. You just talk, man.
My head feels a little clear.
Sometimes it's like I just need somebody to listen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need nobody to tell me anything. Just fucking listen to what I got to say.
I think we're attention whores. I think we crave.
I mean, maybe, bro. Maybe part of the attention whoreness is playing it off like you're not. That's part of getting the attention. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. Maybe that is the case. But at the end of the day, bro, I don't know, man. Life is self-discovery, you know? So, fuck it. Maybe you don't even realize that till you're 60. And the thing is, I don't know, man. Like, I don't ever want to feel like once you feel like you're the dopest, once you feel like your shit don't stink, then you're not learning anymore, you know? So it's like, you kind of want to stay in that place and just hope you blow up it while you're in that place. Because do you ever think about, what if you are successful? Like, do you ever consider that?
Yeah.
Like, what if this actually pans out? How's it gonna work for me?
There'd be definitely cons to it.
Yes, I've had nightmares about it.
Imagine the pressure we already have.
Right.
Like, just amplified by 100.
Yeah,
like, now we got 100,000 followers. Like, oh shit.
No one's putting any pressure on us, and we're already like, fuck.
We're already stressed with our own shit. I mean, now imagine you have hate comments.
But in the same breath,
every day,
that could strengthen you for when things do happen, and you're like, oh fuck, I already stressed myself. I don't care what any of these people think.
Yeah, I think that's the 10,000 hours. It's all conditioning you, getting you ready for hell. Because I think there's nothing more stressful than, okay, now this is my source of income.
Yeah.
If I fuck up not just my life, but my kids' life, everyone you're providing for. Your source of income, that being fucked up, that I can imagine that kind of pressure ain't nice.
That's also why I've always tried to be conscious of that. Like, you want multiple streams of income, and that could be as simple as you putting your one piece of art on multiple platforms.
Things, yeah.
That ain't just one stream of income.
Yeah.
You definitely could have subscribers. You just get paid from the platforms. Like the podcast, bro, it's dope. It didn't cost any money to set up.
That
right
is
now,
dope.
I'm in the green.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've made like 85 cents on it. So right now, I'm in the green.
Yeah.
With the music, it's not like that. I've paid $16 a month every month since June 2021.
Yeah.
To be able to post my shit. So I'm in the red. I've made like $7.30 off of music.
Yeah.
So I'm in the red as far as that goes. But at the same time, this is just the beginning, bro. On the grand scheme of things, you know.
Yeah.
People do this shit for years.
You gotta put money into it. That's just you can't get around that.
I just want the conversations to be dope, and then all you can do is make your shit dope, promote it, and then that's all you can do, bro. Really.
I mean, it does seem like once you get a couple, it just keeps going up.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem like your podcast is going down at all.
Nah.
It seems like there's a progression.
You know what's crazy is that conversation me and you most recently had. I think it was like 2 episodes ago. It was like one of my biggest episodes.
For real?
Yeah, and it's just me and you fucking doing this. I think my biggest episode is the first one with me and Dustin.
Yeah.
Which there's an element of having guests on that is, like, I get that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to use them for their audience, but at the same time,
Kind of do.
it's just, it ain't, I don't want to think about it as using them. It's just, we're having a conversation and we could provide value through it.
Yeah.
You have your own, like, somebody might click on the podcast just on the strength of your name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't know me, but they know you, so they're like, fuck, let me click on this. And that's collaboration in my mind. That is what collaboration is, bro.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, it's like, I don't think it's as much as using as it is just like,
Benefit.
It's benefit, yeah. It's
Yeah.
just,
Both.
it is what it is.
Both parties are benefiting, definitely.
Like, but we're so egotistical about it. Like I want to be the one to do this or that.
Yeah.
It's just like, bro, we kind of got to just let that go because, and it's easier said than done, but at the end of the day, people don't see that. They see the finished product.
Yeah, they
And
don't
both
see
of your
the
names are on
conversation
it.
before.
Yeah, and both of your names are on it. So it's like, in their mind, they don't know who did what. Like, if you
Right.
look at the song lyrics at the bottom of Apple Music, it'll tell you who the song was written
But you don't
by.
know which one wrote what.
Exactly. You don't know who did what.
Yeah. Which that is bullshit.
All you do is consume the product, and it's. We were talking about this on one of the episodes about movies, bro. Like, you don't see all the things that go into movies. And you know what's crazy?
God.
What's crazy about music, bro, is these motherfuckers will redo one line over and over again. You don't even realize that. In your mind, you just think, oh, this dude probably came in there and freestyled the whole thing. Like, and it's just not like that, bro.
No.
I don't know, man. I kind of got to remind myself of that, too. Like, just trust the process, and if you think it's dope, put it out, bro. Like, what are they gonna do? Tell you it's not?
There's thousands of people working on that song.
Yeah, that's true too.
On a Pixar movie, you see a scene. There's one guy working on the hair, one guy working on the eyes, one guy's There's thousands of people.
Who does the animation? Who does the lighting? Who's recording? Who's doing the voice?
And it's not just that. It takes all them giving their all.
It's a collaboration, bro, and it's true form.
There's movies that everything's good except the writing. Everything's good except the animate. You know, that really sucks.
You know what I've realized too is it's like even the people that are hating on you, a lot of the times they have a solid point. You can probably pull something from what they're saying, even if it is hateful. You can probably pull a little something from it, like, oh yeah, I can see that. Appreciate that. I'm gonna work on that. You know, it'll be better next time.
I can't wait.
I just like this, bro, just because we can bullshit, man. It's literally, bro, getting paid for conversation. What the fuck?
Yeah.
How do you beat that?
You don't. I mean, especially at this time, because I feel like in 10 years you won't be able to.
Right.
And actually make a living on it.
What, podcasting?
Yeah, like it'd be very hard.
Why, you think just oversaturation?
I think more people are going to do it.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
Same thing with TikTok. I mean, because back in the day, MTV was where you wanted your music at.
Yeah.
There was no internet.
Right.
And like MTV was the only place.
It's the hub.
And that, as soon as that changed, MTV don't even do music no more.
Yeah, right.
MTV's irrelevant.
Right.
Like, you're embarrassed to be on that.
That's the same thing too with like I don't know, creativity in general, man, is just very collaborative and inspirational, man. It's like not everything's done by one motherfucker, but it seems like that.
Yeah. It's all done by one motherfucker here, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we're all doing it alone, man.
It starts with one motherfucker, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess we're not alone.
Yeah.
It feels like it.
Definitely feels like it sometimes. But we are in a lot of ways too, bro, because nobody helps me do anything, to be honest with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But we do have these, like, even these conversations.
These conversations help a ton.
They lighten the load for sure. Like,
It
even
gives you...
for me, bro, just walking away for a minute does wonders. Not even doing nothing. I don't even have to smoke a joint. Just literally walking downstairs, walking back upstairs is a huge impact on my creativity.
Yeah.
I feel like even now though, bro, like if we weren't recording this, I would have something to say. This makes me feel like I gotta have something to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it shortens the list up a little bit of what I actually do have to say because I'm like pressuring myself.
Yeah, and you're kind of spitballing the next idea.
Exactly. You ain't thinking things through.
Yeah, and you're missing out on a true good conversation.
But do you think people still see, like we were talking about, there's a piece of you and everything, even if you don't see it. So people still, they don't have that same insecurity as you. They're just hearing it as the full product, like music or a movie show, how you work in movies. So people don't have that insecurity attached to it. They just hear it normally.
I mean, yeah, it's easier to listen to the podcast without me because there's not that critical voice of myself, you know.
Have you listened to some of them?
I've listened to the first two with me and you. I've listened to the one with you and JD, and then the one with you and Dustin. And those were way easier than hearing myself. It's hearing your own voice is so...
For sure.
God, everything you do is so stupid. You know, even if it's good, you still feel like, damn, could have did better. I could have provided more to it. I could have said it differently. I could have, you know.
Right.
But then when it's you talking, I'm not like that, you know.
Right.
But then my fucking dumb ass comes into play and it just.
But that's when you can be helpful though. That's when I want your opinion.
Yeah.
Is when you're hearing it clear, when you're not judging it. I want your opinion at that point because you're straight up. It ain't biased.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, in the beginning, bro, it was a lot of me thinking, like, why do I even feel like you know what I'm saying? Why do I feel like I could even have a podcast? Like, what am I gonna say?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's you by yourself, or you have things to say, just in general.
Right.
That you might not even realize, like something that you heard from your uncle one day 10 years ago just stuck to your brain could be the perfect perspective for someone who's just going through that right now.
Yeah.
That's what's so weird about humans, man, is you can really interact and catch some wisdom off somebody, bro.
Well, think about this. Our kids, our grandkids will be able to listen to this. Could you imagine being able to hear a conversation? Like, but how interesting would that be?
Your grandpa talking.
To be hearing your grandpa at 20 years old to see what he was going through. Bro, this is gonna be around forever.
That is crazy, bro.
Like, God, it'd be awesome.
That would be fucking tight. I do often think about that. Like, I wonder what my grandpa was running around doing 25 fucking.
Exactly. Well, now your grandkids will know.
That's cool.
They'll know exactly what you thought on July 12th, 2 o'clock.
Right.
They'll know everything about you.
That is cool, man. It's like how our great grandparents looked at pictures.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was revolutionary to them. They're like, wait, what?
Hold up.
Take pictures. Get the fuck out of here. Capture time. Like, it's pretty amazing pictures, bro. Like, you can capture that moment forever.
Yeah.
Like, you get older, whether you want to or not. You can take a picture of yourself at 25.
And you're 25 forever.
You're 25 forever in that picture, man. So there is certain immortalities about it.
It's weird how it's kind of evolved too. Like how a picture you wouldn't even be able to smile because it took so long to make. You had to stand there. And now people posing. You know,
it'll catch you off guard. You're like, oh shit, he done took the picture.
I've been trying to enjoy life.
Right, bro. That's what I gotta remind myself too, bro. It's like we're so obsessive over this shit.
We just forget to live in the present because it's almost like you're living in the future.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
you have a vision of a finished product that's not there yet.
Right.
You're constantly thinking about
That's true, bro. I
the
didn't think
future.
about that.
And when you lived in the future, it's very depressing when it's not the future.
Yeah.
Like, you're obsessing on the idea of, you know, what if this happened?
Right.
And when
What
it,
if?
you know, your brain gets so obsessed with that. But I heard this guy say, like, just imagine yourself as a millionaire. You just imagine yourself, your brain will create a way for that to happen. Subconsciously, your brain will start working harder. If you
Right.
think that you have that money, your brain will tirelessly work until you have it. If you just keep telling yourself, I have $1,000,
Right.
you will
I kind of
have
think about
dreams
it.
about it.
I think about it like if my intentions are to like if you piss me off and my intentions are now to make you feel bad about yourself, I'm gonna start attracting thoughts that are you know what I'm saying, that I'm gonna start trying to hurt your feelings. I'm gonna get those thoughts.
Yeah.
And that's a concentrated willpower where that attracts those thoughts. Like a lot of times we don't have that willpower concentrated to the point where it attracts things or something.
Yeah, but something about being frustrated or something. There's a key,
Yeah, it's
a very motivating factor that comes in
it shows you how
to being mad.
it shows you what you're capable of in a lot of ways. It's like how much, because I feel like we generate energy, bro. Like you generate this willpower.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like a lot. I guess that's kind of what you're saying. You can generate this willpower, and it almost pushes you in a place energetically you don't even realize.
Yeah, like if I closed my eyes and asked the ghost of Dr. Seuss to take over my hands for the night, even if it's not true, maybe there's a part of me that believes it.
Right.
And if that works for you, that works for you. I'm not saying I do that. That'd be weird, but be cool.
Bro, I wanna try to do the FaceTime thing if you're down.
I'd be definitely down.
Like you could.
I just
I'd be
want
at
it.
home.
I want it set up nice. You know what I mean? I don't want to like
I'm
just
talking
have
about
my camera like
Yeah,
that.
like you could sit
Like-
your phone up against this
Yeah.
box and you're drawing while I'm sitting on my laptop
Definitely.
at home.
Definitely.
Like that'd be dope.
And that would be kind of bringing a different, flavor to an episode. Because I don't
Yeah.
know if you'd be able to watch it on anything.
Yeah,
You can.
Spotify.
And Spotify and YouTube.
Spotify
if
is the
you-
only one.
And it
I
would be
could
a
upload.
YouTube video,
I could
yeah.
but I'd have to manually do that. You know what I
But
mean?
you could take 1 minute clips and make shorts out of those too.
I still want to do that. That's just
Because I think that's where the most
Definitely.
traction is.
definitely
Is like a lot of people don't listen to the whole podcast. They listen to that clip.
right.
Or they turn it on when they're working or something. They're not really like
Right.
ever fully listening to it. It's something that you can listen a little bit, tune out, and tune back into. It's one of those things because Joe Rogan has fucking 3-hour-long podcasts, bro. Like
Yeah.
you're not hearing every fucking
No.
thing.
It's impossible.
You're not retaining all the information. It's an entertaining thing.
It's the same thing with albums, right?
Yeah.
Like it's very hard for me to digest the whole album.
Yeah.
At one.
Because
at
you'll
one
listen
time.
to a song that you listen to the whole album and you're like, oh, I missed that.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't even hear that song. It was one of the best songs.
I'm very much like that, bro. I like to have a couple album listens before I even say anything. Like I swear to God, with that Drake album,
Yeah.
the night it came out, I listened to it live.
Right.
So it was on OVO Sound Radio. So I didn't even see the track list.
Right.
I'm just completely consuming it,
Don't
rolling
know
weed
who's
on
featuring
my
and
porch.
shit.
Yeah, like I don't even know what's next. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's completely a live thing. And I listened to the whole thing yesterday. When I drove out my grandma's camp, I listened to half of it. I listened to the other half on the way back.
Right.
And I like doing that, man. I like giving myself a little, like J. Cole said in that bar, man. He said in that, that new album, bro. That off-season album, he said, talking about the sample Eve sent him. He said Eve sent it a year ago or so.
A year ago.
You don't always hear it the first time.
Sometimes you gotta
Spit it, bro. Spit it, bro. How's it go? Sometimes you need a truer vision. He said something about a truer prescription, truer vision.
Yeah. God, what is it?
I like the rhyme scheme, but you get. I think it's we get what he's saying, you know.
About a year ago.
But that is a perfect. That goes back to what we've been talking about this whole time, pretty much. Like
something time.
There's I bet you even J. Cole would tell you, the night an album drops, bro, there's so much insecurity probably surrounding that.
Yeah. And
you even know it's dope, but at the same time, only you do. Like you're still putting yourself out there to be judged, man.
Yeah.
And we imagine like J. Cole, there's no fucking way he's even insecure about this shit. Like this shit's so dope. But he has his own insecurities and families, things that he's attaching to it. Like it just completely changes the way you look at it.
He's just someone that's fucking insane, dude.
Who, Cole?
Yeah. Talk about workaholic, dude. He just seems very into his craft.
He probably don't work no harder at his craft than you do at yours, though. You know what I'm saying?
True. But I work pretty hard.
You work pretty hard, but what I'm saying is, like, and I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like we revel these dudes and we act like they're doing something that we're incapable of.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, these dudes started where we're starting at, doing the same shit.
Yeah.
Building it one block at a time.
It just seems like they hit this. There's a point where you fully devote yourself, you know?
Right.
Like it stops becoming all that fun thing. Like it starts becoming every day. You got to do it.
Do you think
it's not even a second thought?
Think you passed that point already?
I think because I get so depressed if I haven't
made some music or made some art.
Right. Like it fucking tears me up.
Right.
It really like. Going out drinking is probably the worst because the next day I'm like recovering and it's just,
These are the makings in my mind of a successful person, because you even heard another J. Cole bar in that Heaven's EP song. He said, I'm supposed to be relaxing on vacation, but this passion makes that impossible.
Yeah.
We're obsessive, bro. If I have a thought that can change something for me in terms of creatively, even just get my reach out there, I'm on it. I don't care where I'm at. I'm writing it down or something. Because we're like,
that's exactly how I am.
I was just talking to JD about this, bro, because JD was saying something about she wanted to own a business.
Yeah.
And I was saying, like, we already play that role. We think, we literally act on behalf of something larger than us. It's like driving a car, right? You're parallel parking. You aren't the car. If you bump into something, it ain't gonna hurt you. Right. But at the same time, you're imagining, it's like an out-of-body experience. You're imagining where this car is turning into and shit like that.
Yeah. But it's like when it was last night, actually, no, not 2 nights ago, I was walking home. I enjoy walks too, because it's definitely, it clears your mind. It's almost like what a podcast does. It really, like, you're focused on where you're walking.
Right.
But you're also able to think clearer, you know?
It's therapeutic, bro.
It almost brings you back to being a kid and walking around the streets, I guess. But I don't have Wi-Fi, but I texted myself, Doozy has his outline stripped.
Right.
Because I had that idea during the walk.
Right.
I thought of that. I was like,
that's crazy.
I started thinking of the panels and shit, and now it's here. To think it would have been easy for me just to forget.
Do you think it's so much so? Do you think it's so much so as the walk as much as it's just you getting away from this?
Yeah.
From just allowing yourself to not be so obsessive on this.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is, because I'll have it in the shower sometimes. Just an idea, just because I ain't clouding my vision. Sometimes you're just zoomed in. Sometimes
but that's
you
the
gotta
thing.
zoom
You
out.
have to make yourself get away from it.
Yeah.
You know?
To have that.
Like, it's hard to have it right here and to get away from it.
Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard in a way of, like, I don't want to stop, but I know it's better for me to stop, so I'll stop.
Yeah, it's hard. It's all a mind game, bro. Like,
honestly, I haven't gotten to the point where I enjoy making music as much as to where I'll get completely lost in it. I haven't gotten to that point yet, because I'm still learning so much, I feel like.
What do you think you'll, like, beats, or like do you want to like make songs? You know what I mean? Like full length, not even like your voice in them, just more of
composition.
More not even a beat almost, like a song. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Well, bro, I learn every day, man. Like, like a couple weeks ago, I learned this whole new way of making melodies. Mm-hmm. And to somebody who's been watching me make beats the whole time, they may not even notice it.
Right.
But I completely changed how I make beats.
Right.
So it's like,
almost opened the door up.
Yeah, it's like you're constantly learning,
beats are too easy for you now. Like,
well, here's the thing, bro. Like, I don't know, man. It's like beats are different than, cause I want to make songs. I want to put lyrics on them. Like,
right.
Even a lot of the beats that I've put out, I had whole shits written to them, but I didn't put them out because there's something super. Like, I'll think about weird shit. Like, I'll think about what this person thinks. And it's like, I don't even think about that shit in my day-to-day life. But for some reason, when I want to put myself out creatively, you start thinking about shit like that. And it stops me. I don't know. Maybe I want to get to a place where I'm more comfortable. But at the same time, there's an argument for just putting it out. And then that might force some comfortability, maybe, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's different ways around it. You could definitely pay someone.
What?
To, give someone your lyrics and,
To rap them?
To rap your own lyrics, yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
But just to see how it would sound or something.
Right.
Just to get a perspective. Or you could use your own voice, pitch it up, pitch it down. Make it not sound like you. Make it sound like someone, I think that's just something, that's a huge step.
It's a huge, feels like it.
That's not, the same thing. It's a whole different vulnerability. You're opening up yourself to not just, God, so much criticism.
You can't hide behind nothing. You know what I'm saying?
No, right.
You're out here,
right.
bro. Like,
I think in terms of, like, anything art-wise, that or dancing is, like, the most vulnerable you could be. Right, like, bro. I could hide behind my drawings all I want.
Exactly, man.
Like, no one's seeing my face. And that's why I want to show my face so bad, because...
But I also don't want to take a selfie and put it on my
production. Fuck no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. So.
Like, just hold it up.
Like, with my pen, my fucking laptop, like... Nah. But I do want to find a natural way to do it. But even that FaceTime...
That would be a natural what?
Be a natural what?
Which I'm definitely down for that.
We can do that today, or we can do that tonight if you're down.
For real, for sure.
I like this, man. I want to keep it going.
Keep it going. I mean, it's gonna stop in 10 minutes. Put it back up.
Here's my thing, bro. If I could be creatively, fluently, unbothered, I probably wouldn't go outside. To be straight up with you, like, I can't get into that place where I'm just locked in. Like, it's hard for me to get there. You know, like I would probably be a caveman if I could, but for some reason I get frustrated when I'm doing this shit, man.
Yeah.
When I'm making music and shit, I get frustrated with it.
And I think it's something that we actually want to do. Like, I wouldn't mind doing this and making decent money or little money, like that 84 cents. Like, that stuff's like, that gets your dick hard. Like,
I want to get you involved somehow, bro. Like, because we gotta be monetizing this shit.
Yeah.
I believe eventually, because even creative shit, bro, like, sometimes it takes a little second to settle in. You know, like, your shit ain't gonna blow up the first day. Sometimes it takes 3-4 days.
But the thing is, me and you've been at it for probably a year. It's probably been a year. I mean, how long has it been since the beat? Since your first beat upload?
Like last June, May.
Exactly. A year.
Or something.
So we're just over a year. And look how far we got. And I'll tell you right now, I didn't work every day.
Nah, hell no.
I half-assed that first half of the year.
Creative work seems like it covers a lot. It casts a wider net than going to work or something.
But it does seem so crazy to see how much we do have.
Yeah.
And then in terms of what next year is going to be, what about next June? Do you think?
Nah, I don't even think about it. I swear I don't, but I should. Like, I don't even consider that.
Well, it's hard because like in that place last year, I would have never thought that I'd have this much done. I expected. I don't know what I was expecting. I just wanted it to do good.
Right.
But now I got a lot of traction on TikTok. I wish I could carry that over to YouTube, Facebook, and fucking.
You definitely gotta do it one at a time.
Every post on my Facebook, every time I post a new thing, I get this notification that says, this post is getting 75% more traction. With each post.
Oh shit.
So each post is getting 70% more engagement to it. And that I think that's a good sign.
Oh yeah, it is.
That if each post is getting more and more and more. But
Right.
now, with JD, because that Gut and Marvin collab, like that brought a lot of people from, who were fans of JD and shit onto my shit.
Swapping audiences.
Exactly.
That's the point of collaboration for me, bro.
And then I got your audience and
Do you?
JD's. Yeah.
I mean, like I know my uncle said something about it.
I'd consider that a bit like that. I'm not gonna say that makes my dick hard, but it makes my heart hard.
He's one of them dudes too that I just imagine would tell he
Be straight up.
Yeah, he wouldn't front if he didn't like it. He'd be like, "This ain't it."
He really, man. I mean that's something I'll probably think about.
And bro,
until I die.
And it wasn't no like blanket compliment. Like
exactly.
It sounded like he thought about it.
Like it wasn't an overhyped,
Yeah. It wasn't just popular to say good job or some shit. It was like,
tell your boys that he's on us up.
I can't remember what he said specifically, but I think he said something too, like he complimented certain like specific aspects of it.
Yeah.
Which is a good sign in my mind. It wasn't just like he said it to set it.
Oh, that was one of the biggest reasons I went back and redid it. Just because I was like, if people fuck with it now, just imagine if I actually put an extra 10 hours into this bitch.
Right.
And refined it and added another page and, I really try to fix the flaws that I had with the first one.
Bro, but it's crazy because people don't even recognize those flaws. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the average consumer don't think about that shit.
Which is probably not a good reason.
But I don't feel like I don't feel like you should not do it. That's just you gotta live with your shit at the end of the day, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't that good starting off.
Everybody is though, right?
That's true.
But it's hard to accept that. It's hard for me to, even now, I'll go back and I'm super critical. Mm-hmm. Like for some reason with the beats I've been able to let go of my early shit. Like I don't listen to I still got them on SoundCloud, but I don't fucking listen to my first couple beats. You know what I'm saying? Do you go back and look at your first couple TikToks and things like that?
Fuck no.
What? I don't know.
But my first doozy shit, I think that's different.
Is there more vulnerability attached to the doozy shit, you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's my character, Like, it's more like... See, because if I were to draw Spider-Man or Mario or any character, I have reference.
Right,
I have something I can look at. I have hundreds of things I can. With my original character, the only reference is what I make.
It's your head's the only reference. And it's not a reliable source. Your head's
it lies to you. Like, I look at this doozy, and then the first doozy, I'm like, oh shit, I messed up. Like, he don't look like that.
My head's got multiple personality disorder, bro.
Right.
So I don't know which dude I'm gonna be dealing with today. All I know is I'm trying to.
It was very hard to like, make it look the same as it, because it's always gonna change. Like his hair changes from like kind of pointy to more rounded, or the size of his beak will be longer than it really is, and it really just kind of it molds over time into the right design.
You know what's crazy, brother? We were just talking about how you said it's for entertainment.
Yeah,
Like the podcast is really
it's entertaining.
like there's a show I watch called Entourage,
Right.
and there's aspects of it that change. There's 8 seasons. In the
Mhm.
beginning of it, like characters change, and you don't even, as the average consumer, realize that type of shit.
Right.
Like in the beginning, one of the main characters did he had multiple kids, and by the end of it, he only had 2 kids. Or one of the characters had a different backstory, and it changed by the end of it. And you, as the average consumer, don't realize that shit unless you're paying that extra attention.
Yeah.
You don't realize that shit.
That the most cases with shows is like Simpsons, for example. Like Homer was not always dumb. Like when they
Really?
first started, bro, he was like a little goofy, but he was a hard worker for his family.
Right.
Like he got another job to be able to pay for his daughter's shit. The stories were all way more. They had a different writing team.
Right.
And the common thing with TV shows is like if you have a character that's mean, throughout the years they just become a more saturated version of what they used to be.
Yeah.
So Homer went from being dumb to fucking brain dead. Like
Right.
just really stupid.
Stupid as hell.
Or like, you know, they usually get kind of over exaggerated.
Like how Meg Griffin wasn't Mila Kunis at first.
Yeah. Which is funny.
Which is
They make a lot of jokes about that.
in Family Guy.
Yeah. Which is like a lot of people don't like self-aware jokes,
Right.
but I don't mind them.
But that's the inner you even worrying about what other people like. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
the joke is just a joke.
Right.
Like the audience, that is you being someone who's a creative yourself, wanting to please people. Because that's, at the end of the day, every poet just wants to be loved, right? Like you ain't putting it out there for no one to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
You
you
want
can't.
people to enjoy it.
Exactly, that's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't live and die on that enjoyment. You can't
Right.
let it stop you from making the next thing.
Like that's all that would really matter. I mean, if I really just wanted to make money off art, I would be messaging everybody. Like, hey, do you need something drawn? Like, I'd be on groups, like, and I am, but I, at the end of the day, really just want to inspire another artist. Make a young kid's bad day better.
I'm gonna end it on that.
End it on that.
We're at the start another one.
Hopefully your storage is good.
A huge thing too, I get attached to like if we think about the podcast has been coming out every week, right?
Right.
You subconsciously develop this routine of you gotta create it too. You gotta have time to edit it as well. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's a multi-step process. So it's not like I don't want to just put 2 things out in one day and fuck my rhythm up, and you know what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
I even like doing that. How pretty sure you do that with your TikToks. You have some drafted, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like you gotta draft some shit. Wait till tomorrow. Give it its own layout. Give it its own
let it
time.
breathe.
Exactly.
Yeah. I really just love TikTok because I have more people on there.
Right.
I mean, it's very easy for me.
Bro, please do the YouTube thing, man. Please.
I know.
Cause it's,
I
bro.
wish
I'm
I
telling
could
you.
check
What,
YouTube.
bro? You can't look at it right now,
No, I gotta get on Wi-Fi.
bro. I just know that like it takes. Like the way I do things a lot of the times is I wait till I find a justifiable reason or the energy, and I'll do it real quick, and I'll go right back to whatever I was doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you post one of those TikToks on YouTube today, you did today's YouTube. Now you
Right.
got the entire rest of the night to put some shit in the draft box
Yeah.
or schedule things for all week, and you can go right back to creating. Like it's just part of the process. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just feel like, I feel like the format, because with TikTok, you know, you can use different sounds and stuff. Like you
can do that on Reels.
Yeah.
On YouTube Reels. You can put sounds in there, bro. They got their own royalty-free library and everything.
See, I just hope it does good.
What's that?
Like
your shit?
Yeah, I don't really know why TikTok is the one that's blowing up. I really don't get it. It seems like the least one that would.
You mean
like
TikTok?
People have the least amount of attention span on there, you know?
You mean the app or your content on there?
Yeah, or both. Like,
well, I definitely think the app is just.
I try to make them quick, you know? I'm trying to make a quick video.
Yeah.
Trying to make you watch it all.
But
trying to add a lot of stuff into it.
But at the
same
time,
I want there to be lengthy. You know, I want more of a.
You can have both, bro. You can have the long form and the short form.
Yeah.
On there. And at the same time, like, however you feed your audience is the habit in which they're expecting to be fed. You know what I'm saying? So if you're feeding them this little shit, by the time you want to feed them an hour-long thing, they ain't gonna be interested because you've been feeding them these little bits. You've been making it so convenient for them. So, and at the end of that's why I try to be like, bro, like everything ain't the same. Every creation you make ain't the same. Like it's so weird how it works, bro. Like I will make 2-3 beats in the same day, and the one that I wasn't super proud of will go.
Is the one you fuck with.
Yeah, like it's just so weird how it works, man. Like the one that you weren't considering, like I heard Nipsey say, something along the lines of, you ain't gonna fall until you look down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just walking on the tightrope, you ain't looking down. You're not, there's no such thing as consequences. You're so focused on
walking.
Exactly. You're not even thinking about all that other shit.
Yeah.
So I try to do the creativity thing like that, but it's pretty tough, man. Especially when you're your own marketer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We gotta market this shit and see the numbers. You know what I mean? I wish I didn't even have to fucking see the numbers, so I could just create, send it to somebody, they do that shit.
Yeah.
I just do the creative side. Which is why I'm always trying to pawn it off on you motherfuckers to edit my episodes. I'm like, man, send me some cut times or something. I'm even trying to listen to this shit. I'm so attached to it, bro. It's like,
it's a baby.
God damn it, it is.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you know, your child is you. It's a piece of you. This is the same thing.
There's
a little bit of you and everything.
It's so weird, bro.
You. And if you care about yourself, it's almost a given that you would care about your creations. You know?
Let me ask you, is it like, because you have children.
Yeah.
I just asked my dad this the other day, is it like having a second set of emotions?
I think so.
You know, it's like you feel their pain. I
would definitely, it almost seems like shitty to the kid for saying that. But like, I care for my characters
just as much in a way.
I don't want to say as
much. I don't want to say that either.
It's the truth. I mean,
I don't want to say that either. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
I want nothing for the best for my own creations. Like I genuinely spend so much time worrying and feeding them, and you know, putting so much of my time into my creation.
Right.
But it's a different thing. When you have a kid, it's a given. Like, it's an instinct almost. But I think that instinct carries over to your creations. Like you'd be a very good father.
You think?
Yeah.
I would?
You care this much about your music and you put this much time and effort. You have the instinct, the parental, it's almost like a leader instinct.
I think I overthink, bro. Like, I try to consider every possibility.
But that's a good parent.
But it drives you fucking nuts. You
know
what I'm saying?
It does.
It drives you nuts.
There's kids out there, parents that let their kids go outside and they're fine with that. And there's other parents that are like, oh, they might get taken. Right. They might get hit by a car. They might they might. And that overthinking is what fucking makes you or breaks you.
But at the same time, you don't want to shelter your kids, right?
No, and that's the other thing I really try, because, you know, I think I heard Kanye say it, like, the kid stands up on the table and starts dancing, you tell him to stop. Well, you didn't really explain why.
Right.
Now they're trained to not dance.
Right. You're telling them dancing's bad.
Right. So if they pick something up and you just smack it out of their hand and say stop, they're probably not going to pick that thing up again.
Right.
You didn't explain that. Oh, you shouldn't eat this. You
Well,
don't put that in your mouth. No, you just went stop.
That's what's tough.
So I try to explain it, but you don't want to over explain to a kid.
Right.
They don't know what the fuck you're saying,
Exactly.
so you got to go this,
right.
that, you know.
Yeah.
And once you see it click in their head, because they don't want to do the wrong thing. They don't know what they're doing. And
right. Yeah, that's it.
As a kid, I always felt like that. I was like, I got in trouble for something that I had no idea that I was doing wrong.
Right.
And I'd always get pissed off, like, dude, like I don't know what you want me to do.
I have that problem with like my uncle's dog, man, was just at my house, and it's like I've never been around a dog like this, bro. He won't go outside without bitching. He won't be inside without bitching, running around fucking with you. If he's outside with you, like I'll be out there in my fucking Jordan black sweatpants, and this dude's rubbing slobber all over him. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna fucking headbutt you, bro. Get away from me, like. And he can't speak, you can't tell him anything because he can't hear you. So it's like, bro, am I gonna have to fucking smack you or what? Like, what am I supposed to do? I can't write it down. Like, what the fuck? I get hella frustrated with that, bro. Because I don't know. Like I said, I'm used to being alone all the time, so I don't have to convince anybody of anything besides myself.
Right.
And usually some of these thoughts that I'm thinking will convince me, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But if you can't convey those thoughts to people, then...
Well, I mean, animals have always just kind of pissed me off. Like, honestly.
But, like, my grandma's other dogs, bro, they're not like that, so I can enjoy them. You know, it's like being a grandparent. You don't have to do the discipline, and you can just enjoy them. You can enjoy your grandkids just for...
do all the fun stuff.
Right. I don't know, I guess so. But I definitely don't have any kids, so it's not something I wouldn't know. You know?
Be grateful. It's better to have your shit figured out than to be in the middle of all this shit.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like it's never ending.
It's almost like that want of having it now, like the success part, is way stronger because it's not just success for you.
Right.
You know, it's you see your kid, like your kids are struggling because of your actions.
What do you
like? You're broke, so now you can't feed your kid. Is the worst feeling in the world. You know.
Does that discourage you from being creative, or does that?
It does and it don't.
Sometimes that'll make me stop.
It does and it don't. Yeah. It all depends on like if I'm like really spending so much time on a drawing and they're struggling because of that, yeah, I'll feel like that, yeah. And I'll stop drawing because drawing will just make me think of it like that.
Here's the thing though too, bro, when I want to put these episodes out, when we get personal like this, I don't want to just put it out without laying it down for you, like, bro, this is, you know what I'm saying? I know you said some things here. I don't want you to be surprised by the fact that they're on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
No. Everything I say, I would want to be up on here.
I mean, bro, you
during this one.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other ones that much.
You gotta definitely re-listen because sometimes you don't realize what you said.
I know I talked about my mom. That's fine.
And I can edit anything out. I edit a lot of shit out.
Yeah.
That episode of me, you, and that one we just was listening to, I edited a lot out because a lot of it you guys were just making tweaks on your magazine or your comic. So I was like, I'd edit that shit out. But at the same time, I didn't want to just because I was thinking it would kind of be cool to have an inside scoop on y'all doing these tweak things. You know what I'm saying? For y'all to hear it.
Yeah. And that's
But-
the one that's coming out tonight? Or tomorrow night?
Honestly, I don't have nothing scheduled at the moment. I could put this one out fucking tonight or tomorrow night. You know?
For real? I mean, yeah.
Like, and the thing with me too, bro, is I like to switch it up, man. Like, I like to put, if I have somebody on, I like to put that in between 2 episodes of me and you talking, just so you know what I'm saying. It ain't just constantly that.
Right.
But that could be just me overthinking my role, you know, because maybe people just want to hear from me and you.
For sure. I mean, for sure.
It's all, when you're a creative man and you're in control, you become, it's very easy to become obsessive and overthinking, and it's very easy to slip into that, bro.
Yeah. I'm glad that you're doing it. I mean, God, that's something I didn't really expect.
What, the podcast?
Yeah.
From me or just in general?
Just in general.
Anybody to have a podcast?
For me to be on a podcast.
Oh, right.
Like, it is so cool.
Yeah, that's a cool thing that I was talking to my little brother about, bros, because me and him made a beat. I think I put it on
Yeah,
I think I put it out. It's called like Melodies.
Yeah.
And it honestly wasn't even my favorite beat or nothing, but just the fact that we threw it, like me and him made it together, and it came together. You know what I'm saying? It was dope.
Yeah.
So I thought it was like, I just kind of put it out. I wanted it to be out there, and it's cool to have his names on it, on the credits.
Right.
He's a producer on the credits, so he can see that. So by the time he's our age, you know what I'm
He
saying?
already has something.
He has something there, and it's like, it's not going to be a super jitterbug thing for him because he's already like, oh, fuck.
He's went through that stuff.
I'm already on there, so what's the...
Yeah.
And like you just said, it's just cool, man. It's cool to have your name on something. It's cool to just see shit like that.
Definitely. I think this is done.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. So how does your done process go? Do you sit it on the shelf for a couple hours and come back to it before you put it out? Or are you more of like, let me just get this out? Because I know that one night we stayed up, you just put it out.
Yeah.
But I don't think one decision determines who you are anyways. So
Right.
It's like, how do you feel right now about it? Not even how have you done it in the past. I just mean, what is your up-to-date take on putting things out there?
I definitely try to think about how much can I make out of it.
And how you can present it, right?
Right. It could be a motion comic. It could be... Huh?
Bro, here you go. I think I'm probably about to skate out of here.
Bro.
Yeah. But I am glad that we fucking sat down and had some